We can go to Sydney to talk to Sean Callow. He's senior currency strategist at Westpac Banking. Thanks for joining us, Sean. So tell us, do you think the Bank of Japan is sitting on its hands here? Should it have done more?
Look, I think they've done so much already that it's hard to see what more they could have done. I guess they could have increased the monthly Rinban operations of buying JGBs, but I suspect they're just in a holding pattern at this point. I think there was pretty low expectation in the market that they could have done anything particularly about the yen in particular. So we'll see what they have to say at the press conference. But as far as the benchmark policy decision, it's not a surprise.
Now, you don't think that the Fed is going to announce more stimulus when it meets today. Why not?
Well, we really don't think that much has changed since the semi-annual testimonies only about 3 weeks ago. And if you recall that Chairman Bernanke spent most of his time describing the policies for the exit strategy. So certainly is leaving open the option that if necessary, they will take further easing steps. But at this stage, compared to 3 weeks ago, their main information is that disappointing jobs report. But we don't think that's going to be enough to sway them at this meeting.
How worried are you, Sean, about deflation? What would make you change your mind and say, yeah, the Fed does need to provide a shot in the arm here?
Well, certainly we'll be looking closely at this month's CPI out on Friday. If we see core CPI, which has obviously been month and month, has been running at only about 0.1%. If we saw that zero or even a negative, would really get the market stirring. So that's one we'd be watching very closely, along with the PCE deflator. So at this point, it's more the outlook is for very low inflation, but deflation is certainly not something you can rule out.
Now, the Fed is expected to downgrade its forecast, its outlook for the economy. What do you think we're going to get on this front?
Yes, they've already indicated that in the semi-annual testimony they are looking for slightly slower growth. They may yet be a little bit optimistic as far as the second half is concerned. We do think that while 2011 is probably looking a bit better, the second half of the year may only see some growth rates of perhaps 1% annualized and maybe even lower. So,
Sean, very quickly, where does the dollar go now?
Look, I think if we do get a steady hand from the FOMC, it's probably going to have a bit of a relief rally. But on the euro, I think over the next 2 to 3 weeks, you're probably looking for about 135, given the yield story.
Okay, Sean Callow from Westpac Banking Corp. Thanks so much for joining us.